4 years ago, I threatened to divorce my husband, and it was the best thing I ever did. I looked at him and I said, "Sir, I would get more of a break if we were divorced than you actually being in the home all of the time to like actually help me do things." Let me explain. I'm not joking when I say to you, I was doing everything. All the cooking, all the cleaning, all the house stuff, all the meal prepping, all of the grocery buying, everything for our children, thinking about their clothes, teacher gifts, events, things that we needed to do. And he was just on the couch, on his phone, watching football. And I finally got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore with you. This doesn't make any sense for me, like emotionally or physically. Actually, it would make better sense if you didn't live here. If you moved out, you had your own place, we were divorced, and the children were with you 3 days a week, and you would be forced to cook, clean those 3 days of the week that you had them at least, right? And then I would have 3 days of the week off. I was really excited about it. Guys, we looked at apartments. I told him to go look at an apartment. I was like, either you're going to move in there or I'm going to move in there. But either way, I'm getting 3 days off a week because I can't put up with this crap anymore. How desperate I was in my life. We had 2 kids under the age of 2. I was working my corporate job. I was also doing social media, hustling. I was the breadwinner. I felt all of this pressure. And I love my husband, but like we were drowning in debt. And the man would be like, "We should go on vacation." And I'd be like, "Are you looking at the same bank account? Like, are we living the same lived experience in this house?" And it would make me crazy. And I just realized like either you're delusional, you're not paying attention, or you don't want the same things that I want. Like, I want wealth for my family, and you obviously don't want that because you're spending like a moron, and I couldn't contain it anymore. Like, I could only be his mom yelling at him for so long, and I just hit my breaking point. I'm like, I cannot control this man. I need a partner, and you are not a partner physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the things. And I was serious. I found a divorce lawyer. I was like, this is it. I'm done. He wanted to make things work, and I said, fine, show me. Show me. So we got into therapy, and he showed me. He showed me. That man packs lunch every single day for my children. He takes them to school every single day. He is in charge of like all of their sports stuff. Like he signs them up. He coaches them. He takes them. He coordinates all of the things that are needed for sports, right? So like team games. He volunteered to bring snack last week to a game. I was like, what? And like didn't tell me, oh, I need you to pick up stuff at the snack. No. He's like, I volunteered to bring snack, so I'm just gonna get granola bars, oranges, and do you think I should get Gatorades for everybody? He didn't put it on me. He brought the problem and the solution to me. It was like, I just want your opinion. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Like, and then he went and bought the items himself and then packaged them himself and then brought them to the game himself. It didn't happen overnight. It took him some time, but he finally started getting with the program and he started showing up and being more involved. We did do the fair play method, which was a game changer. If you haven't heard of that, I definitely could talk more about it, but sitting down and it's like this deck of cards and you go through the responsibilities, and he thought that he was doing a lot. And I was like, sure, let's just start with like current state. Like, what are you doing versus what I'm doing? And I ended up with 73 cards and he ended up with 4. He mows the lawn, he loads the dishwasher, and he is in charge of car maintenance and the garbage. And I'm like, I do everything else though. Like these things are not helpful. Like mowing the lawn happens once a week and the garbage once a week. And by the way, I could hire somebody to come do the lawn. So like, relax. It's not that helpful. Anyways, I am really proud of like the progress he made, but it made me think about this because he's on a work trip right now. He goes on a work trip once a year on a big annual trip. And when he's gone, we greatly miss him in our house. Like, we barely survive. We just, like, my parents are like, do you need me to make you meals? And I'm like, it's okay. It'll be fine. Because when I'm out of town for work, I go out of town every month for work. Not a thing changes in the routine. My husband's got it down pat. But for me, I'm like, what day is football? What day is gymnastics? I'm no longer the COO of our household. He has taken over that role, and I love it. And let me just say, he comes home tomorrow, and I could not be more excited.